Senator, let me ask you before we go to questions from the audience. You mentioned the immigration-related bills, voter ID, sanctuary cities, the portfolio of bills that were so much on everyone's mind last session. There really hasn't been very much discussion of those sorts of issues this session, and yet the population continues to move more and more toward a time when we'll be a Hispanic majority state. Latinos much more in the political conversation, not just in Texas, but after the last election, nationally, with the National Republican Party making a much more concerted effort to see how they could connect with Latinos. It's sort of like what I asked about women's issues with Senator Garcia. Have we solved that problem? Is that why we're not talking about those issues at the legislature this time?
Absolutely not.
So what's going on?
I think elections matter. When Governor Romney only received 20-some-odd% of the Latino vote nationwide, and I think nationwide, we saw that what happens when you pit families because of their ethnicity and because of their status of legalization against each other and try to divide between us and them. But for Latino population, you know, it's our families, it's our faith, and it's education, it's healthcare. It's that opportunity. You know, I have Republican friends that are great Republican friends, and they tell me, you know, Leticia, Republicans are going to go fight for the Latino vote. And I said, that's your problem. You're fighting for the Latino vote. You're not fighting for Latinos. We're not that stupid. Start doing the issues that matter to us, and we'll listen to you. Right. And there's a big difference. Right. And so I think that the want is there to realize that this is about economic development. This is about the future of our workforce. And it's about allowing everyone the chance for that opportunity. It is what it is. And though some people may be uncomfortable with the demographics that are going to happen, it's the destiny. It's a great opportunity, and quit looking at it as a challenge. But I look forward to it. I look forward to the day when there are Latinas that are Republican in the Texas Senate. I look forward to the day when it doesn't make any difference, you know, that, okay, we're saying there's 3 of us, there's 3 Latinas. It should be that it's a normal course, that our population is totally reflected in who is elected to any policy making, whether it's not-for-profit boards, corporate boards, but particularly policy-making decisions at the local and state and national level.
Senator Garcia, I'm going to let you have the last word on this before we open it up for questions. Representative Eric Payne, former Representative Eric Payne, who switched parties famously a few years ago, said that he believed that one problem that the Democrats had with Latinos is that they took the Latino vote for granted. And that as soon as Republicans started getting into conversation with Latinos, that it would actually ultimately be better for the Latino community, because when the Latinos are taken for granted by the Democrats, there's not really as much of an effort on the part of Democrats to connect with Latinos on issues in their communities as there needs to be. Do you think that the Democratic Party has work to do? Forget what we've talked about on the Republican side. Have Democrats appropriately addressed issues of significance to the Latino community, or is Representative Pena correct that Democrats have tended to take the Latino community for granted?
No, I think the Democratic Party has absolutely addressed our issues. I mean, when you look at immigration reform, I mean, who is leading the charge? Who is really talking about that and trying to address that? It's Democrats that really have started that discussion, and thankfully there's been some Republicans that have been particularly now, because the wake-up call did come in the last election.
You think it's all politics? So the Senator Graham, Senator Rubio, Senator McCain, the people who are talking openly about comprehensive immigration reform, you think it's all politics, that it's not sincere in their desire to fix this problem?
I think a lot of it is politics, but you have to remember, at least for Senator McCain, he was about immigration reform before he ran for president. So I think some of that has changed, but I'm really glad to see the other senators now joining. And I think we're going to see some movement on that real soon.
Okay. All right, well, let's stop right there. Give these 3 a hand. Senator Zaffirini,